Preface. A world of shadows. The world is a scary place, not the world you see in daylight. No, I'm talking about the world that wakes when the sun sleeps. A world of whispers and shadows where fear is real and every bump in the night could be something else. We tell ourselves these are just stories, fairy tales to keep us up at night. But deep down we all know the truth. The truth that lurks in the shadows waiting for its moment to strike. These are 3 of those stories. True stories. Stories that will chill you to the bone and make you question what's real and what's lurking just beyond the veil of darkness. Read on if you dare. But be warned, once you step into the shadows, you may never find your way back. Story 1. The Vanishing Hitchhiker. The road stretched ahead, a ribbon of black against the dying light. John drove, his hands gripping the steering wheel. Rain lashed the windshield, blurring the world outside. He was late, later than he'd ever been. A flicker of movement by the roadside caught his eye. A woman, young, with a white dress clinging to her slender frame. She was drenched, her thumb extended in a desperate plea for a ride. John hesitated, a prickle of unease crawling up his spine. He wasn't supposed to pick up hitchhikers. Company policy. But something about her. He pulled over. The woman slid into the passenger seat, a waft of cold, damp air accompanying her. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice barely audible above the roar of the rain. "I'm Mary. I need to get to Oakwood Cemetery." John's blood ran cold. Oakwood Cemetery was miles back, the wrong direction entirely. He glanced at Mary, her face obscured by shadows. Her words echoed in his mind, laced with an unnatural chill. He tried to focus on the road, his heart pounding against his ribs. "Almost there," he mumbled, trying to sound calm. But the silence from Mary was deafening. He risked another look. Empty. The passenger seat was empty. The woman was gone, vanished, as if she had never been there at all. Panic seized him, his foot slamming on the brakes. The car screeched to a halt. He was alone. But the scent of damp earth and something else, something floral, lingered in the air. John never picked up another hitchhiker. The memory of that night, the ghostly woman in the white dress, forever etched in his mind. A chilling reminder that some roads are best left untraveled, and some passengers best left undisturbed. Story 2. The Cursed Artifact. The antique shop was crammed with dusty relics, each holding secrets whispered from the past, but a painting, tucked away in a dimly lit corner, drew Sarah in. It depicted a young boy and a creepy doll, their eyes unsettlingly lifelike. The painting was named "The Hands Resist Him," and it hummed with a strange energy. "Beautiful, isn't it?" the shopkeeper rasped, his eyes glinting with an odd light. "A real masterpiece, but be warned, it's not for the faint of heart." Sarah dismissed his words as mere salesmanship. She purchased the painting, captivated by its haunting beauty. Once home, she hung the painting above her fireplace. That night, the nightmares began. Vivid, terrifying dreams of the boy and the doll, their eyes glowing, their hands outstretched, reaching for her. She'd wake up in a cold sweat, the feeling of unseen eyes watching her linger long after the dream had faded. Days turned into sleepless nights. The atmosphere in her apartment grew heavy, oppressive. Objects moved, lights flickered. Whispers seemed to emanate from the painting itself. Fear became her constant companion, gnawing at her sanity. Desperate, Sarah decided to get rid of the painting, but when she tried to remove it from the wall, it wouldn't budge. It was as if it was holding on. She realized with chilling certainty that the shopkeeper's words had been a warning. The painting was cursed, and she had invited it into her life. Sarah never escaped the nightmares. The boy and his doll remained, forever watching, forever reaching from their prison of paint and canvas, a chilling testament to the darkness that can reside in seemingly innocuous objects. Story 3. The Ghostly Symphony. The Grand Theater was a relic of a bygone era, its grandeur faded, its velvet seats worn with the weight of countless memories. It was said to be haunted, its shadows alive with whispers of a tragic past. But for Thomas, the theater's new caretaker, it was simply a job, a chance to escape the city's hustle and bustle. He quickly settled into a routine, the silence of the empty theater his only companion. One night, however, the silence was broken. It started subtly, the soft murmur of music, a haunting melody drifting from the stage. He dismissed it as his imagination. The old building was prone to strange noises, but the music persisted, growing louder with each passing night. It was a symphony of strings and piano, both beautiful and melancholic. One night, curiosity got the better of him. He crept towards the stage, his heart pounding in his chest. As he peered into the darkness, he saw it. A figure seated at the grand piano. A woman, her form shimmering, translucent. Her fingers danced across the keys, the source of the ethereal music that filled the theater. Terror froze him in place. He watched, mesmerized and horrified, as the ghostly figure continued to play, lost in her spectral performance. Thomas never revealed what he saw that night. He continued to work at the theater, the ghostly symphony becoming a chilling nightly ritual, a constant reminder that sometimes the line between the living and the dead blurs, and the echoes of the past refuse to be silenced.